Hello and welcome. This is Kruti Trivedi and you're watching It's Tomorrow News. The storm Typhoon Molave blew out of the Philippines on Monday after displacing more than 120,000 people, leaving 8 fishermen missing. The typhoon also caused at least 6 vessels to sink or run aground in the storm-tossed waters, the official said. Local authorities reported at least 2 dead from the Typhoon Molave, including a villager who drowned. But the government's main disaster response agency said it would wait to include the deaths in the casualty count until after they are validated. 13 people were initially reported missing, mostly fishermen, but 5 were later rescued separately of the Eastern Island province of Catanduanes, the official of Civil Defense said. The fast-moving typhoon blew out of the country in the South China Sea on Monday afternoon with the sustained winds of 130 km per hour and gust speed of 160 km per hour, the forecasters said. It roared overnight across the island provinces south of the capital, Manila, which was lashed by the strong winds but escaped the major damage. More than 120,000 villagers fled to safety at the height of typhoon's onslaught, with more than 75,000 taking shelters and hundreds of evacuation centers. The rest took cover in the relatives' homes. Officials struggled to set people apart in emergency shelters due to the coronavirus pandemic. Governor said, despite of the widespread damage in his hard-hit province of Oriental Mindoro, no typhoon deaths were reported there. In one area alone, 200 families lost their fishing boats, he said. Many villagers started to leave emergency shelters to fix their battered homes, he said. Many of them lost their roofs, their walls, their ceiling, he told the media. Dozens of villagers were injured by the falling of trees and the other storm debris as the typhoon pounded the entire provinces. The Coast Guard said 4 ships ran aground, other 2 boats, including a yacht, sank in the choppy waters of Batangas province, south of Manila. The Coast Guard personnel rescued the crew from the yacht, but were still searching for one another. More than 1,800 cargo truck drivers, workers and the passengers were stranded in ports after the Coast Guard boarded ships and the ferry boats were venturing into the rough seas. Some of the ports were later reopened as the weather cleared. Typhoon Molave is the 17th to hit the Philippines this year. But that does not make it easier for the citizens to adjust, especially during the coronavirus pandemic. The island country is also still recovering from the impact of Super Typhoon Haiyan in 2013, one of the strongest recorded in history with the 150 miles per hour winds. Haiyan left more than 6,000 dead and 1,800 missing with the destructive storm surges. Typhoons and hurricanes are especially the same things. Both are tropical cyclones, rapidly rotating storms that form over warm waters and feature high winds, rain and low pressure center referred as the eye. The difference is that tropical cyclones that occur in the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic Ocean are called hurricanes, while the tropical cyclones that occur in the Western Pacific Ocean are called typhoons. Recently, research from the Proceedings of the National Academy of Science, a peer-reviewed multidisciplinary journal, suggests the climate change has impacted the location of tropical cyclones, with the more storms occurring in the northern Atlantic and the central Pacific since 1980, the fewer occurring in the western Pacific. Using the climate models, the researchers predict fewer tropical cyclones overall by the year 2100. However, another storm study from Science Advances, an open journal published by an American association from the Advancement Science, showed that due to the warming of waters, typhoons in the northern western Pacific were expected to become 14% more intense over the same period. Molave is still heading west and said to arrive already on the battled central Vietnamese coast on Wednesday with the sustained wind speed of more than 80 km per hour. Recorded flooding has already left at least 130 dead and dozens of more missing this month. This is a very strong typhoon that will impact a large area, Vietnam's Prime Minister emphasized. while also authorizing the Department of Full Force will help to save lives. Vietnam is prepared to mobilize troops, helicopters, tanks, and any additional transportation available to aid the disaster response efforts. The Vietnam Red Cross Society is already on the ground responding to the historical flooding, passing out essential supplies and helping to evacuate people to safe places before the next storm. That's all for now. For more news updates, stay tuned with us. It's Tomorrow News Trivedi. For more weather updates like this, do like, share and subscribe our channel.